unbeaten against Beaufort North Raiders. Conditions are in fact lovely. We've got the teams, but before we can deal with the teams, let's get the information from Matthew John, our match referee, in terms of who was lucky with the toss.
Good morning. Today is day number 11, the Dream 11 St. Lucia Blast. This morning we have match 1, MICOUD versus VIEUX North. VIEUX North, Darren Sammy will be taking the toss. Tails call. Heads.
I'm going to bat first.
What's the decision?
We're going to bat first.
Obviously, you know what it is. There's the 100 club that everybody's trying to get into now. Batting first, is that your intention?
Well, I think we'll play according to the situations, but we have the players capable of getting us to that score. I think it's probably the second time we're batting first in this competition. So hopefully we could use the good conditions there and put on a really challenging total for Al's team.
It appears that the team is getting, the pitch is getting better because the scores are getting bigger. Is that your experience when you play here?
The pitch is always good. I did mention more the tournament progresses with guys getting used to being back on the cricket field again. We expect higher scores, and so it's been proven to do that. So hopefully we could set a record here today, but we won't take Al's team for granted. It's T10. We'll just play according to the situation.
Even as you speak, it's extremely windy. How concerned are you about that wind? And we've had an issue with wides.
I'm not concerned at all. You know, my bowlers, they try to keep things very simple. Hopefully, you know, Al's team don't manage quite well. and give us a few extras. But no, all in all, hopefully we'll have a good cricket game, no wides and stuff like that, but just good cricket that showcase the standard of St. Lucia cricket.
Any changes to your team?
No, we play in the same team from 5 days ago, yes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Al, well, you heard Sammy.
Yeah, all to smile, so say big up Darren Sammy. It's always feel good to play against Darren Sammy. But I'm feeling happy and to be at cricket today again, and I believe the last time I say we are the underdogs, but today we'll be the top dogs. So we have a couple of injuries to our team that put us back a little, and also Tariq Gabriel left to go to England, and we have our main bowler Ernel Sexius is out on injury, and Chris Pumfield. So the other players getting a chance, and we have Stanislav Saltibus replacing Tariq Gabriel. But today it's all about the top against MICOUD. I think must say MICOUD have been playing some good cricket from the playoffs until now. I see the mistake but today will be the mistake.
Now I noticed from the batting order I saw that you opening.
Yes, that's the thing today. I have to surprise Darren Sammy and MICOUD today. So something must be happening to that Darren Sammy cricket ground today.
Obviously, you have to build a foundation as the opener. What kind of foundation are you looking at? Are you planning to go hard from ball 1?
Well, as an opener, I always to be opener from ball 1 or without ball. I still go in hard, and I will always go hard. It's a T10. There's nothing to hold back, and I looking to score 50 runs in the first 23 balls today.
Good luck. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Greg, let's look at the changes. First of all, MICOUD Eagles.
Yes, Kirsten Jules and Winell Felix. They are the 2 outs, and I think you have Travis Gifford is coming in, and Irvin Frederick. The team, you have Darren Sammy captain, Shovin Charles, Mervyn Wells, Gavin Serrier Jr., Merlan Sammy, Irvin Frederick, Travis Gifford, Lance Sammy, Tariq Edward, Darren Sammy Jr., and Michael Shalry. And for VIEUX North, Al Prince, the captain, Junior Peters, Kirk Edward, Johan Williams, Sean Stricker, Joshua Mann, Kirtley, Johnny, Stanislas Saltibus, Ricky Hippolyte, David Natram, and Sean Ogis.
And as you heard, Al Prince confirmed that Tariq Gabriel has in fact left for England. So a major loss with him not being around, especially for this game. So late evening in India, and good morning to all in St. Lucia, and that's down the left side. The warehouse. how Williams responded by holding his head as if there was a bit of bat that delivery down the left side and not taken by the keeper, but that's just the body language of Williams. Around the wicket goes in and likes bowling leg side, and this time there is no back. Wide signal. So MICOUD Eagles won without loss. And you heard over 450 runs scored yesterday. As Johnny goes over the wicket to bowl to the left-hander who goes back, flicks it away nicely. One. It'll be only one. The return is good. Nice. Wicketkeepers appreciate that kind of service. Growing up and watching Keith Boyce, Greg, from mid-wicket or square leg, I mean, he really had shoulders and he can fire that ball bullet-like into Jackie Hendricks or Michael Finley.
Yes, the likes of Gary Maffrey, he certainly Reds could throw the ball almost from any part of the ground. He would rifle it into the wicket-keeper.
So now there is the right-hander who gets well forward. It shows the face of the bat. And, well, there were others in the West Indies team. The one under Lloyd and then the Richards, who were very outstanding. That's just back of the length. Wells, not in a hurry to put bat the ball, but that's been, of course, the trend of the Eagles. They're very attacking, as Grosley was very attacking yesterday. So now mid-off is going way back. The mid-wicket is coming in, so 2 men out. That's short, and the keeper takes it outside the line of the off stump. So quiet going, only 2 runs so far, 5 deliveries bowled. So Johnny has done a good job. Let's see what happened after the last ball. And the last ball is pulled away and just spoiling the over somewhat. Just too short and hit very hard off the back foot. Good contact, good footwork. Long one had no chance. It was really racing away like a runaway train. And the totals after the first over, 6 without loss. Greg Wilson.
Yes, William was in the midst of a very good over until the last delivery, just dragging this one down, and Wells getting into position very quickly and dispatching it through the mid-wicket boundary for 4. But Reds, the matches we have seen from the Eagles so far, this is about the slowest start that they have had, just 6 from the first over.
And if you didn't get that boundary, if you just had picked up 2, it would have been a very, very slow start. So, Wells to come into the attack with his optimistic spin. And let's see what kind of field he wants. But the cover is coming in. The extra cover is running across the square. And we'll probably end up a deep backward square. Johnny must be a specialist because but he's not coming deep backward square, he's just coming to a square leg. There's a short fine leg. Johnny, full toss. And that's slapped through the covers, mid off, long off coming around. Can't get there. So runs starting to flow, 10 without loss. Charles is 5, Wells the non-striker on 4. And Al Prince just got to be a little careful that not bowl too many full tosses. This is another which is whipped away from outside the off stump. And the long one diving like a goalkeeper had no chance because it was really hit hard. Ready, right? 14 without loss in the second over.
Al Prince, Red's last 2 deliveries just really what you would call serving up some lollipops there, and certainly he's been dealt with by Chauvin Charles.
Well, Al Prince tends to bowl maybe on the average 1 over. So this will probably be his. Already 8 to his name as Charles, 9, Wells 4, Prince like a French policeman in Paris on a busy day, waving players around. That's hit down towards the long, and taken. Nice catch. Al Prince doing his dance, his little dance. There's no carnival, no Junior Creole, but he has found a little dance to celebrate the fact that he's taken the wicket of Charles, caught that long off, and it's 14 for 1.
Yes, Al Prince has justified bringing himself in the attack, Reds. The first 2 deliveries, I did describe it as being lollipops, but the third one, really tossing it outside the outside man. Shelvin Charles really had to stretch and looking to clear the man at the long off boundary, who for a minute almost overran the ball, but in the end taking on a catch, holding on to it, and seeing the dismissal of Shelvin Charles. So good blow struck there by Vieux North.
Yes, the striker was right back in the rope and came in very quickly and then had to jump like a goalkeeper. I think if Roland Cox will give me the nod, that is Al Prince's 2nd wicket. I remember his first dance after celebrating. So Al Prince, a bit of an all-rounder in this Vieux Fort North team, also opening the batting and opening the bowling.
Yes, that's what he said in the interview, that he will be coming in to open the batting today. He's going to surprise Darren Sammy and the MICOUD Eagles.
Yes, he said they want to get about 50 of the first 20 balls. That's in the air, and he could have a 2nd wicket. Johnny is under it and takes it. Al Prince dancing and celebrating. Well, he's got the bragging rights. You can imagine he will go back to Vieux Fort, north and south, and say how his subtle, mysterious spin has now taken the wicket of Wells, and the MICOUD Eagles are rocked back at 14 for 2. I think they were start in the competition.
Yes, the worst start so far in the tournament, and Al Prince, after being struck for 2 consecutive balls, Reds, all of a sudden is on a hat-trick. So can Al Prince make it 3 and 3? And perhaps for the first time, Reds, the middle order of the Eagles would certainly be tested. This is the first time we have seen both openers back in the pavilion very early.
Yes, they'll have to play their role. Prince is now taking 2 for 8.
Hi, I'm Tedison John of the Tedison John Project. Even when we're not rehearsing, we stay connected. Flow makes it easy with Flow bundle plans. My mobile phone, internet broadband to download and send files, my home office fixed line. All the services I need in one place. And guess what? The more services you use, the less you pay. Yep, get more and pay less. Guys, you can't go wrong on this one. Bundle today.
Might very well, right, for at least a few overs. Perhaps you need to be a little cautious up to about the halfway stage and then look to launch an assault.
So Wells continues, again pitching well up, and that's turned away by Serrier. Not looking to hit it too hard, and certainly didn't look to hit it in the air. But 2 men have gone, and the old question of don't let the toddy or the mobby get too sweet. It tends to drown you. Delivery turning in, well bowled, nicely flighted. He may well consider having a 2nd over. If you can be 2 for 8, you can bowl 2. 14 for 2, 14 for 2. Both batsmen yet to get off the mark.
Good over there by Captain Al Prince. Saw the dismissal of both openers who have been so prolific so far in the tournament. 14 for 2. One would say Reds advantage Vieux Fort North.
Well, Prince can have bragging rights. He said, I got the scalp of Charles and Wells. Johnny, looking for further success, is going to bowl to Sammy. And bowling with his cap. Murder Sammy. Look at the cut, he cutting off the front foot. It was pitched up and he decided still he will cut off the front foot, maybe trying to run it down. Dot ball keeps it at 14 for 2. Johnny goes in and the delivery which he tries to cut, I think he was aiming for backward punt. And that looked like taking the under edge and going to a short third man. So only 15 for 2. Williams now none for 7 off 1.2. Wants to change. No, the extra covers coming in to have a word. He goes back. Long on is out. So is the mid wicket right back on the rope. Williams goes in. That's cut away, but stop at backward point. Well, I thought it was stop, but it seemed to run right through his hands, although he had the long barrier trying to get down. It went through him. Now Sammy has to defend as that ball comes into him. So Sammy is 1, Seri is 1. 4 overs gone in the third. 4 deliveries gone in the third over. It's outside the off stump, and that's cracked away again, getting under the front foot, and this time making good contact. Nicely played away, square, and total goes up to 20 for 2. And he's being just too wide outside the off stump, Greg.
Yes, wide outside the off stump on this occasion, but Sammy really getting on top of this one, Reds, and hitting it through the point region for 4.
So Sammy, 5. And plays this one to a short extra cover. 20 for 2. 3 overs completed. So I would think right now, the early sparrings, Greg has gone to View Fort North.
Most certainly, Reds. Rate just 6.67. They are certainly doing well. The 2 openers for the first time back in the pavilion, and Captain Al Prince is coming on for his 2nd over, Reds.
Yep. Darren Sammy was down on a score sheet to come before than Sammy. But Seri is in strike and Wells goes in, and that's clipped off the back foot out towards the sweeper. They will touch down and look for the 2nd. It's relayed. I think the man sweeping has got to be a little more alive. You've got to realize that a lot of time for them to look for the 2nd. He's way back. That's again a short outside the off stump. And no white signal, just inside the regulation. 2 for 22. Seri is 3. Prince 2 for 10. That's in the air. Prince could probably pick up his 3rd wicket. He does. And well, I think he is going to really go berserk out there. The amazing figures of 3 for 10. 3 for 10. Seri looking to sweep. Top edge. And a good catch down on that short fine leg. 22 for 3. And Prince is now taking 3 for 10 of 1.3 overs. The amazing figures of the tournament.
Yes, Captain Al Prince certainly has put up his hand today in a situation, a must-win game for him if he had to stand any chance of progressing any further in the tournament. So he certainly has put up his hands with the ball thus far.
If they go on to win, how important, let me say, Greg, how important a win is for the View Fort North team today to stay in the competition?
Well, that would take them to 4 points. and they would have to wait out or the result. From what we've seen, they could only get to, because they have won 1, lost 2, and this is the final game, so they could only get to 4 points.
So Darren Sammy comes to join his younger brother, Merlin Sammy, and just adjusting himself a little further in the order. But the two Sammys together, Merlin and Strike, again that's pitched up, it swung down towards the small scoreboard to tell you how long it's gone. Right?
I read actually somebody caught the ball up in the players' pavilion.
What?
So that was brilliantly done by, it looks like one of the Monrepo field players.
Well, he's not eligible. 28 now, that's stared down towards a backward point area, just a single. So a big 6 right into the players' pavilion, as Greg said, and well caught by someone who's waiting to play. He's 12, 3 for 29, and Darren Sammy now comes in to strike, and our Prince has got 3 for 17. So whatever happens, his figures are going to be good. He's off the back foot, Sammy. It was in the air, and a very short mid-off would have taken it, but there was none. And there was a major effort to...
Have you ever wondered how money can work for you? At VIEUX, we offer several investment options that can do just that. One option is the fixed deposit, which is a short-term investment where funds are deposited for a minimum of 1 year at an attractive rate, better than anywhere else. The fixed deposit is unique and tailored for both individuals and institutional investors, and gives you the option to reinvest for another period after maturity. For more information, call VIEUX today at 458-8700 or 458-8740, or email VIEUX at info@viexlimited.com. VIEUX, firm and upright.
That's all. When you look at this sort of performance that he had last year for Grozile, he certainly is a shadow of himself this year.
Got a bowling change. As Hippolyte now comes into the action. He's a left armer. So we had the combination of Prince and Williams, and now it's going to be Hippolyte from the commentary box end. He's bowling a little bit of medium pace off a short delivery, pulls that Darren Sammy out to mid-wicket. He needs to attack the ball a lot more, or else they'll look for the second run. But Sammy decided maybe, or both the Sammys decided not to look for the second run. If you're feeling in mid-wicket, you have to have a good arm. You've got to attack the ball. It's 3 for 31. As Hippolyte bowls, and Merlin Sammy, I think, has hit that over the boundary. Signal 4. I thought it had just scurried, but they will take the boundary. 35 for 3. And these two really need to stay together, Greg.
Yes, right. Just a bit surprising that Al Prince would have opened the inning with 2 spinners. And you still have the likes of Joshua Mann, who is there as a spinner, and he has chosen to bring in Hippolyte into the attack, and he's proven very costly.
Yes, he's bowling like Derek Underwood, almost a medium pace, short, badly lined. I mean, you've got your team, you're bowling against rocking, and just run up there and asking to be hit. It was hit as Sammy moves to 17. Merlin Sammy, Darren Sammy is 3 for 36, giving away runs here, and that's much more better line delivery, coming into the line at the leg stump. Sammy was looking for a single that was really not there. The ball going straight to mid-wicket, no ball called. So 3 for 36. Sammy 2. There's a chance to really free the shoulders and free the arms. So a free hit. We are in the middle of the 4th over. Clive Jules will come in after. That's short and caught down at mid-wicket. Well.
Free hit was.
Free hit. A free hit. Well. Not taking advantage of the free hit.
Yes, Sammy looking to dispose this one over the mid-wicket boundary, but only finding the stiff hands of Sean Stricker.
38 for 3. Marlon Sami seeing the bowler pull out on the action. He's already conceded 8 runs off 4 balls. He comes off the short run, left arm over, short, in the air, it wouldn't, almost taken, diving effort, he just had to get a little closer to the ball. He might have been a little slow in picking it up, a diving attempt. And I think a lot of danger there in that shot from Marlon Sami. He goes to 21, Darren Sami is 3. It's 3 for 42.
Yes, Marlon Sami leaving a bit dangerously there, but still being effective in the end.
April Bowes once more again, he's short, and that swung around to square leg, and 6 runs, clearing the rope. So a disastrous change, bringing Al Prince bringing this bowler in, and he has leaked some 18 runs. So a bit of a recovery here, recovery. Sami 3, Darren, Marlon 27, and they're scoring at 9.60. More from Greg, and then for the first time this morning we'll have Clive Jules.
Yes, first 4 over indeed there, ball by Ricky Hippolyte. The spinners had done an admirable job up to this point. The 4 overs, he had only considered some 30 runs and had picked up some free wickets. And we saw Al Prince go into his fast medium bowler and really having a nightmare of an over.
Good morning, Greg Wilson. Good morning, viewers, both locally and over in India. We've seen a bit of a recovery from the MICOUD Eagles. The wings of the Eagles were clipped early by the bowling of Al Prince, and he was very well supported by Johan Williams. But a bit of a change there, bringing the medium, as you would have said, Greg Wilson, and Ricky Hippolyte really going for some 18. He's paying the price for digging it short out into Marlon Sami, and Marlon Sami is helping himself. Leaving dangerously in the beginning, but the last hit was well clear of the boundary, and we will see a Joshua Mann. Joshua Mann will take up the attack from the players' pavilion end, and he will be bowling to captain Darren Sami. Darren Sami, of course, his reputation precedes him, Greg.
Yes, but he tends to struggle against the slower stuff.
Man into Sami, and Sami is backward in defense, pushes it into the onside. Man comes around, and dot delivery recorded. Darren Sami is on 3 from 5 balls. His brother Marlon Sami is on 27. Man comes into Sami, and Sami is driving out towards Al Prince in a short mid-wicket, and Reds is applauding that stop. Fantastic stop from Al Prince by his standards. And it's a Man. Again, he bowls to Darren Sami. This one is short, and Darren Sami is helping it out towards the fine leg. Ricky Hippolyte is giving chase, but he will lose that chase as the ball goes over the rope. And Darren Sami helping himself to 4 runs with that boundary. 50 comes up for the Eagles. 52 for free, Greg Wilson.
Yes, the Eagles are certainly starting to fly a little higher, one would say. But Joshua Mann on this occasion just really firing the ball, not looking for any spin on the deliveries.
And playing right into the hands of Darren Sami. This time he's on target. Darren Sami pushes into the onside, out towards the short mid-wicket. Man skips across and does the fielding. 52 for 3. A man going through his over very quickly. This time again, he pushes into Darren Sammy. Into the onside again, Darren Sammy. And the man skips across again. Same delivery, same shot, same fielding. No run resulting. The score remains on 52 for 3. Sammy is on 7 from 9 balls. Man bowls into Sammy, and this time Sammy's out towards long on. The fielder comes on and he takes it. Sammy unable to get the elevation this time, and it is Johnny running in from the long on boundary and taking a catch. The fourth one goes down for MICOUD Eagles, and the wings of the Eagles are being clipped yet again. 52 for 4. MICOUD Eagles, Greg Wilson.
Yes, good breakthrough there by Joshua Mann. Again, as I did indicate to you, that the spinners seem to be the one doing the trick in this game between the Al Prince and Joshua Mann, who has just picked up his first wicket. They have picked up some 4 wickets, and we have seen just 1 over from Ricky Hippolyte, and he was very expensive. Some 18 runs came off the over.
And the 52 for 4, it's Frederick will replace his captain Darren Sammy. He will join Merlan Sammy. Merlan Sammy is batting on 27 from 11. He's hit 3-4.
My name is Godfrey. I have been doing cassava from young with my mom. She showed me everything to do with cassava. How to grate it, to prepare the semi-dry. I enjoy making it. It's my life. That's my canoes.
Raiders have the upper hand.
Definitely, but that might change as Johnny comes in from the media center end and bowls a medium pace to Merlan Sammy. Merlan Sammy picks him up. It's high. He doesn't have the distance. He does. 6 runs from Merlan Sammy. Again, the medium pacers, Greg Wilson, really taking a spanking here. 58 for 4 from the MICOUD Eagles.
Yes, the seamers are certainly going to the cleaners from what we are seeing today. Ricky Hippolyte had a terrible first over, and you have Johnny, very first delivery is greeted with a huge 6, which fell into the open area between the Johnson Charleston and the Castries stand. So certainly a huge 6 to greet Johnny in the 7th over.
Yes, Johnny, this time giving Merlan the length and the width to free his arm, and Merlan Sammy helping himself to 6. With that, he's moved to 33. His partner, Irvin Frederick, is still on naught. He's not faced any. 33 and...
Find everything you need today? Yes, indeed. I don't see the higher purchase price on this.
That's because the higher purchase price is calculated off the cash price you see there. Based on the length of time, up to 36 months, I could calculate the final price for you. What's more, we do free delivery to any location, island-wide, plus free installation.
Wow!
You earn points on your MICOUD with every purchase, including your higher purchase payment.
Massey Stores Home. Let's go home.
Get as much rainfall as the other parts of the island. The rain belt, particularly the center of the island, the Dennery area where I'm from, we of course suffer a lot more rainfall than the Busiju does. But Johnny will hope that he can stem that rain, of the flow of 6s here. He bowls to Sammy. Shot again outside off, and Sammy is rocking back and cutting this one out towards the deep backward square. They come through for 2. The score moves on by 2, and it's gone to 60 for 4. Merlan Sammy playing a very good hand in the context of this game. He's 35 of 13, Greg.
Yes, good performance by Sammy. Some 3 4s and 3 6s. Strike rate of 269.
Johnny bowls to Sammy, and this time Sammy is giving him the charge again out towards a wideish long on, and comes through for 1, and that's all there will be. 1 more to the total, 1 more to his score. He moves on to 36. The score moves on to 61. A partnership of 9 between Sammy and Frederick. Frederick hasn't faced the ball, so those 9 runs belong to Merlan Sammy. And the scoring rate has been given a little bit of an injection. 9.38 is the present run rate for the MICOUD Eagles. They're trying to free themselves from the shackles of the bowlers of the VIEUX North Raiders. Johnny comes around the wicket to left-handed Frederick, and Frederick is opening the face in the air, and it's dropped. A chance was given there to the fielder at backward point. It's Stricker. Sean Stricker, he's caught well today, and he had this one in his grasp, but when he fell, I guess the ball just fell from his hand, Greg.
Yes, good attempt there by the veteran Sean Stricker, but on this occasion, held on to the ball momentarily, but when his shoulder struck the ground, it popped out. So Irvin Frederick been given a life.
A life early. Johnny, this time over the wicket into Merlan Sammy. And this wide attempted slow ball driven out towards a long off. And a single taken. The return is not neat. A little bit of a wayward return there. And they remain on just the single. Merlan moves to 37. Frederick, who's back on strike, is on 1. He was given a life previously. This time Johnny is coming around the wicket. Right arm around to left-handed Irvin Frederick again. Full delivery and edging it. The under edge found and out towards the boundary. It's a wide. He didn't make any contact. A wide called by the umpire. He thought he had gotten the under edge out towards the boundary, but he's got a wide. So that's 5 wides of a very expensive over in the making for Johnny here, Greg.
Yes, it's shaping up to be a very expensive one indeed. So let me see, 11. There's some 16 runs in the over so far.
With still 1 delivery to go. Johnny will look to finish well. He's given up 16 so far. He's at the top of his mark, and he will look to make amends from that extra. Bowls to Frederick, and this one is down the leg, is on the line of leg stump, and Frederick is turning it into the onside. Keeper Peter comes around, they limiting them to no score. Frederick remains on 1. The score is 68. 68 for 4 after 7 overs. Strike rate has gotten a good little bit of an injection, a partnership of 16 between the two of them, but some good last over there for the MICOUD Eagles.
Yes, they would be very happy with the progress in the 7th overs, as you didn't get some 16 runs, and again the pacers are the ones who are leaking the runs. We have seen the 2 medium pacers, and the 2 overs. They have considered some 34 runs out of this score. Actually, half of the total they have considered in just 2 overs.
A very good observation there, Greg. The medium pacers have gone 4 runs. They've conceded half of the runs, and Al Prince would have been happy to have that information at his disposal now. But Man is coming through again and bowls to Merlan Sammy. Merlan Sammy driving out towards long on and comes through for a single. Easy run there for Sammy. He moves on to 38. The score moves on to 69 for 4. The partnership also growing to 17. It brings the left-handed Irvin Frederick on strike. He's batting on 1 from 2, and he's facing up Joshua Mann for the first time in his innings. Joshua Mann is very economical so far. He's bowled 1.1 overs, 1 for 5 into Frederick, and Frederick is working this one out towards the boundary, and third man, it will challenge and win that fight over to the boundary. 4 runs to Irvin Frederick, 4 more to the total, 73 for 4, and Frederick is getting into his stride now, Greg.
Yes, again, Man just sort of firing this one, but it was outside the ear stump. Frederick just backing away slightly and just running it through the vacant third man region down to the boundary for 4.
using the pace on that occasion. Man into Frederick. This time Frederick is looking to drive him out towards long off, but not making clean contact is Frederick. And Man does the filling of his own bowling. He's done a lot of that today. Man around the wicket into Frederick. This time Frederick opens up out towards the sweeper in the cover boundary. They come through for one. They think of the second. It's not on. A good return there from Johan Williams, and of course limiting them to just one. Good cricket all round. Good bowling, good fielding, and of course 1 run, 74 for 4. And Man is in the middle of a really good spell there. 1.4, 1 for 10, Greg.
Yes, he is both very economical.
Around the wicket to Sammy. Sammy picks him up, finds the outside edge, but he's good enough for 6. Sammy inside out over extra cover. 6 runs to Merlan Sammy, and with that he moves into the 40s. Merlan Sammy 44. The score is 80 for 4. The partnership has grown to 28. Inside out Merlan Sammy. A very good shot, Greg.
Yeah, good inside out shot there by Merlan Sammy.
Again, Man into Sammy. This time he's sweeping out towards the fine leg, and the short fine leg is in the circle. He gets a 1. A leg by signal leg came off the pads. He didn't make any contact.
It's my life and I want more. More time, more power. Pay my Lucy like bill isn't hard. I pay with credit or debit card. Pay direct to Lucy like my account. I have the power, yeah. Pay online to Lucy like my account. Anywhere, any day, any hour. Lights are on at home. No more standing in line. No more worrying about my bill. Now I'm all paid up. Got more time to chill. Yeah, yeah. Pay my Lucy like bill isn't hard. I pay with credit or debit card.
The men have done a fairly economical job of drivers.
It's a new bowler to start the pin. Ultimate over. Good bit of fielding there. Very good work on the boundary. It looks like it's Sean August. Saltibus is the new bowler, and he's bowling to Sammy. And August. It's August doing a good bit of work on the boundary and limiting them to just 2. Good work here. It's a Saltibus again into Sammy. Wide outside of fun. Sammy's hitting back at him. Hit with some venom. Chance there, but a very tough chance for Saltibus.
Yes, this ball came back at him like a rocket. As soon as, by the time he was through into his delivery stride, the ball was back in his direction, and he did well. Perhaps looking to take evasive action, really. I don't think it was an attempt to catch the ball, but it looked like some damage was done. You could see the grimace on his face. He was struck on the forearm, it looks like. But certainly powerfully struck back at the bowler, and he was unable to effect a catch. So Sammy continuing to, well, we could say live dangerously, but he is still out there, really breathing some life into the inning. For the first time, one would say the middle order has really been tested.
Certainly, and they're responding very well with Merlan Sammy. He's on a 46, but a good bit of sportsmanship shown there. Once that ball struck Saltibus, Merlan Sammy was heading towards him and trying to find out if he was okay. Irvin Frederick was also part of that party out in the middle, and just the 2 teams showing a bit of sportsmanship on this occasion.
Yes, that's good for the sports. Well, we have always known cricket to be a gentleman's sport.
Yes, and this occasion, that's it.
Born from the same soil, growing stronger.
Raised of our own sweat and toil, doing it together.
I'll bank for you and me,
taking us forward so proudly. First National Bank, the best of who we are. First National Bank, together we'll go far.
The pride of St. Lucia, here to stay.
Growing up, growing stronger, it's a First National way.
Every day we're back in better, faster and smarter, convenience like no other.
First National
guys were standing very close together. And yes, August at the top of his mark, and he will be bowling to Sammy. He misses his run, and a dead ball signaled by the umpire. Sammy means business. He was looking very menacing, and Sean August on this occasion deciding not to release, as Sammy was really ready for him. Penultimate over, 83 for 4. August to Sammy, and Sammy picks him up high and handsome over mid-wicket. The fielders are just spectating on this occasion. The ball goes over. Merlan Sammy has raised his 50 in the process.
Yes, getting 50 of 21 deliveries, so he certainly would be up there among the quickest 50s in the tournament. So good knock there by Merlan Sammy. He has been given a life, but he has certainly capitalized on it. So he would rank as the third fastest 50 in the tournament, behind 18 from Johnson Charles and 19 from Kimani.
And Sammy again driving out towards the offside and will go over the boundary. The fielder long off, looking to cut this one off. Not successful on this occasion. Merlan Sammy is timing this one exquisitely through the offside and recording another 4 in the process.
Yes, he certainly has played some very delightful shots on this occasion, really spunking this one through the wide cover area for 4.
And August moves in again to Sammy, who is on 56. And Sammy's out towards mid-wicket. 2 bounces into Johnny on the mid-wicket boundary. And is restricted to just 1 run for the first time. He does not get the boundary in this over. 94 for 4. Sammy has moved to 57. His partner, Irvin Frederick, who's on strike now, is on 6. And a partnership of 42. As August bowls the final ball of the over to Frederick, and this one comes off the outside edge of the bat out towards the short footman Al Prince, and the cardinal error of a no ball from Sean August. When it rains, it pours.
Yes, the Vieux North Raiders really going to pieces, one would say, in the last set of overs from a very comfortable position. At 48 for 3, they're now really losing their way.
And the 96 for 4 is the score. Sammy is on 57. He's on strike. And he is looking for a big heave. Beats everybody. Beats Sammy. Beats the wicketkeeper out towards the boundary. And buys a recorded. Nobody touches this one. It went all the way through. And 100 comes up for the MICOUD Eagles. They're joining the 100 club again.
Yes, good recovery there by the MICOUD Eagles, and credit really has to go to Merlan Sammy with the hand that he has played, and Irvin Frederick in a short space of time has joined them, and these two have put on some 48 valuable runs.
And this scoring rate has shot up to 11.11, and Merlan Sammy, as you mentioned, Greg, has played an excellent hand here today for the MICOUD Eagles. He's taken them from a stature, a position of clipped wings, and he's freed them up, and now the MICOUD Eagles are soaring. They're soaring very high as we're about to start the final over. We're about to start the final over. A very good over being ended there. The 9th over, 19, very productive for the MICOUD Eagles. The over started, Saltimer started the over, bowled 2 deliveries, got an injury, and August finishing, but not finishing very well. And of course, 19 coming off that over. Curtly, Johnny will bowl the final over of the innings for the Raiders, and he's bowling to Frederick. Frederick is heaving this one inside edge out towards a fine leg, and it will cross the boundary now. 4 more to the total, coming off the inside edge, not where he intended, but 4 runs nonetheless for Frederick.
Yes, it doesn't matter how it comes. They would welcome every run, every boundary, looking for a mighty heave over the mid-wicket area, getting the inner portion of the bat and traveling down to the vacant fine leg area for 4.
They've moved Ricky Hippolyte into the fine leg region, and Curtly Johnny moves into Irvin Frederick. Irvin Frederick is middling this time high. Does he have the distance? He does. And Joshua Mann will only be a spectator on this occasion, and he's on the long on boundary, just spectating. That ball sails over the rope, and 6 more to the total, 110 for 4 for the MICOUD Eagles. Irvin Frederick getting into his strides now, Greg.
Yes, Johnny continuing to struggle. Some 8 deliveries and has considered some 20 runs.
He bowls to Frederick again, and short, and Frederick is lifting this one out towards short mid-wicket. They come through for one chance of a run out, but they would have required a direct hit there. Kurt Edward, not successful on this occasion. Well backed up by Johan Williams. And 1 run to Frederick, 111. That's Nelson there, Greg. 111 for 4 for the Eagles.
Yes, on the last occasion, Mullan Sami really wanted to get to the striker's end. You could see as soon as the ball was struck, he was already halfway down the wicket.
And here's Johnny to Sami over the wicket. Sami waits, and Sami picks him up. It's high, it's handsome, it's long. The elevation is there, the distance is there, and for the second time, he's hit that one to the top tier of the players' pavilion, Greg.
Yes, a hard person really ducking for cover in the top tier of the players' pavilion. Certainly a huge hit, by one estimation. We could say that's about what? Close to 90 meters, the distance this ball has traveled.
It's a long one from Mullan Sami. Curtly Johnny again, right into the act of Mullan Sami, and Mullan Sami taking full advantage. 161 sixes in the tournament. It's raining sixes here at the Darren Sami Cricket Ground, and his brother Mullan Sami is the main contributor today. And again, this time it's high. Does it have the elevation? It does have the elevation. Does it have the distance? It does. It's even further. Whoa! This is long, arguably the longest one for this tournament, Greg.
Yes, this one was struck over the players' pavilion and into the car park. So this one is a huge hit. We said the first one may have been 90. This one was perhaps 100 plus meters.
This is a la Russell, a la Chris Gale from Mullan Sami.
Yes, he certainly would rank up high up there.
And Johnny in this over has really taken a pounding from the batters, both Frederick and Sami. Mullan Sami has moved to 69. 69, and another change of ball required.
Yes, in the tournament we have used quite a few balls have been required. They certainly have kept the foot umpire busy. He's working for his money for sure.
He's earning his pay for sure. And this time, Johnny opts for the route around the wicket into Sami. Let's see if he'll get better results. Is it going to be? No! It's another 6 from Mullan Sami. The result is the same. The line of attack was changed, but the result is the same. And 129 for 4. Good finish here. Mullan Sami really taking a toll on Curtly Johnny.
Yes, Johnny coming for severe pounding, some 2 overs for 45 runs. Certainly the most expensive we have seen in the tournament so far, and a good way to end the inning. Some 29 runs scored in this over. So certainly he has equaled the second most runs in an over for the tournament.
Had a 29 run over.
No, I said the second. We had 29 by was scored of Dylan Jones, and then you had 29 again today. So certainly, yes, we saw that been scored yesterday, 54 runs. But certainly, the Juvot North Raiders and Al Prince certainly did not finish well. They had a dream start really, and just gave away a position of comfort. But a lot has to be credited to Mullan Sami the way he really approached this innings.
75 from 27 with Merlin Sami. We had a really good start from the Raiders, and they got rid of the prolific Moving Wells and Shervin Charles. Good opening stand, but today that was not to be, as Al Prince had a hand in the top order of the Eagles, getting rid of Charles for 9, Wells for 4, and Serrier for 3. But out came Merlin Sami, and of course hitting some 75 from 27 balls with 8 sixes and 4 fours. Some really long hits from Merlin Sami. Darren Sami was there, contributed only 7 from 10. He never looked comfortable against the slow stuff. And Irvin Frederick provided good support for Merlin Sami, the two putting on a partnership of 77. A good partnership there from Sami and Frederick, and the two carrying the Eagles to 124 for 4. Very good batting in the end. The last 5, excellent last 5 overs from the MICOUD Eagles.
Yes, good finish to the innings, but in this game in particular, this innings, Clivus, most of the runs, in fact, all the runs really came from the faster bowlers. Joshua Mann, Williams, and Prince. They were very economical. If you go to figures there, I'm looking at this, 6 overs combined would have won for 46 runs.
And the medium pacers, yeah, the seamers really getting it. Ricky Hippolyte going for 18 in his 1 over. Johnny going for 45 from his 2. And the combination of Auguste and Saltibus going for some 15. So really it rains 6s. The medium pacers are not, and the fast bowlers are not getting it right here in this competition so far. The slower bowlers are really choking on the scoring. But that's more than we can see for the faster bowlers.
So a missed opportunity by Vieux North. Sami Jr. starts, full toss outside the off stump, but not put away. Not put away by Peter. When you get a gift like that, you want to accept it even if it's May and not December. Short, try to cut it away, don't time it. So 2 dot balls. Someone who's had difficulty controlling is given an opportunity to start the attack by his brother, wide outside the off stump, and that will send the total up by 1. But Charles, Wells, and Serrier going very, very quickly indeed, and then Darren Sami went, and Beaufort was really in a position to create a major upset delivery, which brings Peter forward, plays defensively. Good stuff so far by Sami Jr. Now what is he trying all of a sudden? He tries to bowl maybe a short bumper and loses the control. Don't fix what is not broken. Bowling over the wicket, bringing the batsman forward on the line of the off stump, and very loose delivery that helps the total move on to 5 for 1. Why all of a sudden the change up?
It's a case of not fixing what is not broken, and he had him forward in the previous delivery and just decided to try something else.
This now is a gift. Ball tossed up to him. That goes over the rope. He's lucky that didn't go a country mile over the long off area. So just blotting the copybook, so to speak, after he started so well. And in the meantime, Beaufort North moving to 9 without loss. Sami left arm orthodox post off the back foot, and well stopped by the backward point. Good bit of work there, because had that eked through, it would have been another boundary. So the first over is completed, and after the first over, 10 without loss, and Sami Jr. has conceded the 10.
Sami Jr. erring in length on this occasion. He bowling short, mixing it up, bowling full tosses. He just lost his composure towards the back end of the over and serving some really lollipops, as one would say, to Peter, who helped himself. Peter might have considered himself to miss out on those last two deliveries.
Yes. And we hope the Saltibus, well, there's no fracture. It was a slow full toss, and it went a million miles an hour back to him. He couldn't get out of the way. But that, to me, needs to be x-rayed somewhere. There is a facility in Rodney Bay that could, in fact, quickly do an x-ray on the hand to see if it's fractured or it's just badly bruised. So we wish Saltibus well. And what we got here? We got Shalry to continue. He'll want to bowl a little tighter. And then Sammy Junior bowl, medium pace, nice easy amble, goes in. That's outside the off stump, and a shot looking maybe elsewhere. It's almost a flat batted shot down towards mid-off. So 11 without loss, so we just have to wish Saltibus, that he's not badly injured.
We have to hope so, certainly, because this one was really hit back hard at him, and he hit him in the forearm area. But on this occasion, Shalry was got onto Peter a little faster than he anticipated, and he was unable to execute as he would have liked.
Edward yet to score. That's a go outside the off stump. Good reason. It was a wide. So why extending yourself? Allow the bowler to come to you. 12 without loss. Let's repeat that they recovered to make 120 for 4, 75 of 29. Well, 6 sixes and 6 fours. Shalry bowls, and then Carey took the outside edge and dropping short of Darren Sammy. Maybe he thought he would have carried. He seemed to end up on his backside, so to speak.
It died on, this one died on him, probably didn't have the pace to come through to him, and he got it on the half volley. But a good stop nonetheless from Darren Sammy.
That was important. He could have lost his shape, and that could have just gone through his legs. So still 12 without loss. It's Shalry into this delivery. Edwards gets another wide. So Shalry needs to get the radar going. 13 without loss.
This delivery was very wide. It went over to first slip. It was very, very wide from Shalry. He really needs to get the radar right. And Kurt Edward is coming off a really good innings in the previous game.
Shalry once more goes in. And that's a nice looking forcing shot. Well, he's been out of cricket for a while, but he's really played some lovely shots. And it's really hope that he stays in the game, because he's obviously a good player with good technique, good eyes.
Very talented cricketer, and one cannot be sure why he's been out in the game for such a long time.
There's a slip in Darren Sammy as Shalry goes in, and that's top edge and high over the keeper's head, high over everybody's head, and down to the boundary, dropping inside. So a question mark effort there, but it all adds up to the total. Total takes it to 17 without loss, and they need every single run.
They will need many more of those, and a few more as well. Sixes as well would help their cause, as they need 113 from a mere 50 balls.
17 off a 1.4. So far, so good. They started well with the ball, and now they're starting well with the bat. Wide down the leg side. Edwards trying to flick it away. It makes no contact. Looking to play down towards square leg.
And Shalry helping the cause of the Vieux North Raiders, lining it, going straight down the leg side and giving some work to the wicketkeeper there.
Shalry goes in. And that's, again, down the leg side. Just wayward, very wayward, Shalry. Extras just climbing all the time. One more to the total, goes to 19 without loss. We just have a change at the end of this over, because Greg Wilson is back and waiting to come in, so we'll change around as Greg will replace O'Connor's personality. That's turned fine, or was there pad? Let's wait. The return comes in, leg by signal. I did feel there was no bat. So Edwards hasn't quite maybe taken advantage of this wayward delivery. 20 without loss. We have just one delivery to complete the second over. Just outside the off stump, and that completes the end.
Hi, I'm Tedison John of the Tedison John Project. Even when we're not rehearsing, we stay connected. Flow makes it easy with Flow bundle plans. My mobile phone, internet broadband to download and send files, my home office fixed line. All the services I need in one place. And guess what? The more services you use, the less you pay. Yep, get more and pay less. Guys, you can't go wrong on this one. Bundle today.
From the Viewfort North Raiders, the 20 without loss after 2 overs. So they're going at 10 and over. Very good start. They're well ahead of where the MICOUD Eagles were at that stage. So hear from Greg, and then it will be Rez Pereira.
Yes, certainly after 2 overs, the Eagles, they were 14 for 2. At that stage, Captain Al Prince was weaving his magic. But 20 without loss, right? They would certainly feel that they are well on course to perhaps overhaul this total.
Yes, the first 4-5 overs was excellent. They had them reeling at 3 for 20 odd, and then 54 for 4. But then I thought there was some indisciplined bowling, serving up full tosses, wides galore, short, allowing the hook shot. Now that's off the back foot, nice looking shot. Oh, that's a classy shot, very classy. Gifford was short, and how this young man hasn't had a better future in cricket. He looks a real quality player. He goes to 8, Peter is 10, and that's the shot of the day, despite all the histrionics by Sammy. That was a lovely cricket shot for 4.
Yes, good shot there by Kurt Edward, just rocking back and hitting this one through the cover-up area.
Gifford, again, outside the off stump, but good half stop. In fact, he didn't stop it. I thought for a moment there was a half stop, but even if he got a bit of hands to the ball, it went right through him. It was a wave to his right. He should have done maybe better. In the meantime, Edwards with back-to-back boundaries moved to 12. 28 without loss. 2 beautiful shots.
Yes, 2 very delightful shots there by Edwards, really continuing from where he left off, right? The last inning was a real beautiful innings put together by him, and this one there, he has certainly started well again.
He's 12. Gifford. That's another boundary in the making. Yes. It was not exactly where he was looking to hit it, to take the outer part of the bat, and went down to the fine leg position. I thought for a moment the fine leg would have just knocked it back. So racing up to 16 with 3 4s in this over. And Gifford having a difficult time. He's conceded 12. Well, I think if U4 North is going to win, Sammy needs to bat very deep into the 10 overs. Gifford. Turned away, and maybe a missed opportunity to put some pressure on the non-striker, Peter, but it wasn't picked up. So the pressure will ease from Salary as he moves into bowl to Peter. I don't think Peter has the power in the stroke play of Edwards. Peter was 10. It's none for 33. They've started well. Can they continue? A lot depends on Edwards. And that's hit high over square cover down to the boundary for 4. So he has gotten into the act, Peter. He's moved to 14. Darren Sammy cannot be happy with this. Gifford has conceded 17 runs. It's none for 37 of 2.5.
Yes, the onslaught continues on the faster bowlers, Reds. Beaufort North certainly know that this is the last game and they're not going to die without giving a valiant effort.
So, Gifford, both Peter's throwing his bat a bit, trying to drive, makes no contact. So a dot ball. That I thought that might have brought the over to the end, but maybe I've gotten it wrong. So Gifford is back to his mark. Peters is 14, Edwards is 17. Delivery which is hit past the bowler and very good stop by the mid-on. He did in fact parry it and the long on came around. So the overs finally come to the end. It's 39 without loss with Peter on 17, Edwards Peter on 15, Edwards at 17. Edwards' runs have come off 8 balls. But Darren Sammy must be a little concerned.
Have to be concerned. They certainly have a flying start. Some 39 without loss. And at this same stage, you had MICOUD Eagles 20 for the loss of 2 wickets. So they are some 19 runs ahead of where the MICOUD Eagles would have been. And they have not lost any wickets.
But for the Eagles' point of view, then came Merlin Sammy.
Yes, Merlin Sammy really changed things around. Had a good knock, some 75. And in the process, Reds, he has registered the third highest score. So he's behind Kimani Melius with 86, Johnson Charles with 84 not out, and now Merlin Sammy 75.
Yes, he really hit the ball with great power, but I thought that overall the last 5 overs, Greg was very, very indisciplined. So what we've got, in fact, first delivery coming from the far end, and it's going to be Edward. Delivery which is pitched up, played quietly, out of contrast. Peter, 15, waits for the spinner to come in and pulls that through the hands of the short mid-wicket.
Gifford.
Get a single. But Edwards needs to get as much of the strike as possible. Very quick off spin, but pull through the gap. They can take one, they wouldn't look for the second. 3 runs. 3 runs in this over. So the runs have stopped flowing. The Eagles will be happy with that. That delivery is bringing him on the front foot, looking to drive. Gets it out towards square cover. And the scoring tempo, Greg, has dropped.
Yes, with the introduction of Edward the spinner, it has dropped considerably.
Edwards ball once more. And that's an attempt to hike it out towards mid-wicket, square leg, taken on the pad. So the over is complete, and Darren Sammy were very happy that what only
Today, I would like to introduce you to the fixed special deposit. What's so special about this deposit? It is all about you, the customer. The interest rates and maturity periods are negotiable. That's how special this is. The special deposit instrument was designed to meet the needs of those who cannot be accommodated within the existing investment options. For more information on our special deposit and other investments, call Fix today at 458-8700 or 458-8740 or email Fix at info@fixlimited.com. Fix, firm and upright.
Yes, there was a year, if my memory serves me right, he did make the senior national team.
No doubt was a very talented schoolboy player and all-rounder. There's no slip. That delivery is pulled and that will go out towards mid-wicket. A huge effort for the mid-wicket to dive at his pass at the rope. And I think he's waiting for a signal, whether it's 4. Yeah, it's now being confirmed as 4. So Edwards continues to score, moves to 22, badly lined, and shall be 1.1, none for 13. Edwards looks a very good player. And I think the St. Lucia Cricket Association should do its best to keep him in the game. That's short, pull out the mid-wicket. They didn't run the first one hard. There was a little error. Had they, in fact, gone through very quickly, Greg missed an opportunity, none for 46 in the 5th over. Edwards is 23.
Yeah, Merlin Samia and the mid-wicket boundary did not collect cleanly, but the batsman had resigned himself to just 1 run.
Shalri goes in, and Peter gets a delivery which taken on the pad, and the keeper running all the way to square leg. Well, whatever is the salary per player, wicket keepers have really earned their money.
Yes, they have worked exceedingly hard, rather. Can't think of any one keeper who has had it easy in the tournament.
Shalri to Edwards. Edwards pulling that massively off the lower part of the bat, picked up at mid-wicket. I thought for a moment he would have beaten the mid-wicket in the circle, and that would have brought 4 runs. So he remains on 23. It's none for 47. 4.4 overs bowled, and good delivery. Nice seam-up delivery, beating the outside edge. That's just about the best delivery he has pitched up.
Yes, excellent delivery there. Really, one would say down the corridor of uncertainty, really, and beat Edwards all hands up.
Yes. I refer to the canal of danger. Shalri trying to repeat, and just back of a length, makes a little bit of height, forces Edwards to take the bottom hand away. So that completes the 5th over. View Fort Raiders needing 130. 130. A 48 without loss. Greg, they're about 10, 15, 20 off the pace. Clive was duels after.
Yes, they are certainly off Reds, one would think, by about maybe 15, 20 runs. But Reds, at the very same stage, the halfway mark, the MICOUD Eagles, they were also 48 runs, but they had lost 3 wickets.
A bit of a pullback here by the MICOUD Eagles, having suffered from the bat of Kurt Edward, and of course he's a partner, Junior Peter. Tariq Edward to Kurt Edward, outside edge found and heading towards the boundary, and third man challenge is on, and the ball wins the race as Darren Sammy Jr. takes a dive as if in a pool, and the ball wins another boundary to Kurt Edward. He moves on by 4 to 28, and the 50 comes up for the Vieux Fort North Raiders. 52 without loss, Greg.
Yes, good going by these two, but they will need to up the ante if they are to get anywhere close to the score.
Tariq Edward again out towards a wideish long off, and they come through for one, and that's all. There will be a one run to the total, 29 to Kurt Edward, and he's in a bit of a discomfort there, the fielder, but he's up, he's moving very gingerly, but it looks like he will fight through that. He's given a signal to continue. Edward is on 29 from 16, 17 from 16 to Junior Peter, a partnership of 53 for the this opening pair. Edward bowls to Peter, and this one is having the captain Darren Sammy at slips with hands on face. Something might have happened there. We were blindsided by it, of course. Greg Wilson.
Yeah, based on the effort of the keeper, they may have been on edge.
And this time, Dilly returning into Peter and jumping back at him, and he's unable to take advantage of this one. The ball just drops into the onside. Gavin Seri comes around from behind the stump. Edward into Peter, and Peter is giving the charge in the air, and what an effort by young Darren Sammy Jr., but unable to keep a hold of this one. This ball was in the air, traveling as well, and Darren Sammy Jr. reaching a hand out there and not able to hold on to it.
Yes, despite the fact that it was on his strong arm, which was his left hand, but really could not hold on to it.
A one run resulting, and Kurt Edward continue out towards a long off for a single. The score moves on by one. Kurt Edward moves on by one as well. So it's 50.
Man, we've ride. Nothing makes me happier than producing Denry segment music. The Creole influence, the beats, the vibe, it's so infectious. And it makes me feel so happy to share this beautiful music out to St. Lucia to the world. It is who we are. That's our Denry.
The MICOUD Eagles were 52 for 4. Vieux North Raiders, sort of an advantage here. They are 55 without loss. And it will be the hero with the bat, Merlan Sami, who is going to take up the attack from the media center end. Merlan Sami, and he will be bowling to Kurt Edward. Darren Sami taking full time to ensure that he gets the field as close to perfection as he would have liked it. And Merlan Sami is getting set to bowl to Kurt Edward. Kurt Edward is batting on 30 from 17. He's hit 6 fours so far. He's not been able to hit any over the boundary rope, but he's hit 6 fours from 17 balls. A good effort from Kurt Edward. Sami to Edward. And Edward is genuflecting. This time it's high up in the air. The fielder comes under it, and Irvin Frederick unable to grab it. This one lands in the field, and they come through for the second run. Kurt Edward not finding the timing on this occasion. He beats the fielder in the air at mid-off, but unable to find the rope. The ball lands in the field and got just stuck there. And they move on by 2. The score moves on by 2 to 57. Edward moves to 32. Sami adjusting the field after that shot. He's pushed mid-off to a long off. And he has a long off, a long on, a mid-wicket, a wide mid-wicket as well. And the square leg is in the circle. This time it's out towards mid-off. Frederick is coming around. He does not get it. He gets it on the bounce. And not before they come through for the second run. Edward, 2 more to the total. Edward moves on to 34. The score moves on to 59. Vieux North Raiders will really need to get a move on with the chase if they are to get anywhere close to the total. The present scoring rate is 9.32. Required rate is 19. And this time he middles it over mid-wicket, and he gets a 6. This shot a little bit short from Merlin Sammy and giving Kurt Edward the length and the space to freeze and right through the delivery, Kurt Edward helping himself to 6. He's moved to 40. 40 from 20 balls. The score has moved on to 65. 65 without loss. Junior Peter, his partner, is on 18 from 19 balls. 65 without loss. Vieux North Raiders. The present run rate has shot up to 10, and the required rate is 18.57. So Vieux North Raiders really giving the charge now with Kurt Edward. His actions with the batters caused the reserve umpire to come out again, yet again, with a replacement ball. So 21 balls required 65 runs off 21 balls for the Vieux North Raiders. They're still in with a chance here, particularly with Kurt Edward being in the form that he's in. He's continuing from a very good innings in the last match. It's Sammy moving away into Edward. Merlin Sammy to continue to Edward. And this time Edward is hitting out towards Tariq. Tariq Edward on the long on boundary and restricting them to just a single. So 66 without loss. Kurt Edward moves to 41 from 21, and Junior Peter, he's on strike now. He's on 18 from 19 deliveries. Vieux North Raiders requiring 64 from 20, and this time Junior Peter hits out towards Tariq Edward and on the long on, and single to Peter. The score moves on by 1 to 67. Peter moves to 19. So Reds is back with us here, and Vieux North Raiders would really have to give up the ante if they are to get anywhere close, as Sammy bowls to Edward, and he gives him a yorker. Edward keeps it out towards square leg, and they come through for a single. And one more to the total. The over comes to a close. 68 without loss after 7 overs. Reds. Vieux North Raiders really having a go with Kurt Edward and Junior Peter.
Yes. We've had what? Some 8 overs gone? 7. Well, they will need off the next over, Greg, to get somewhere in the vicinity of over 20. They need a big over. If they can pick up those 20 runs and cut the difference, they might be in a position to attack what they need in the last 2 overs.
The asking rate, they would need somewhere in 20. I certainly agree with you, Reds. They would need a big over to kind of keep the asking rate in check. It's been climbing over the last 3 overs. At the same stage, the scores are identical, 68, and this time Kurt Edward is hitting high and handsome over long off, and he will claim a 6. It's good for the cause of the Vieux North Raiders.
Yes, 74 in the board. He must read it. He must know that I have got to really take advantage of whatever is offered for me. Good way to start. 6 off the first ball. He's ahead of the game, but he needs to be striking even further ahead with every opportunity in this over.
56 required from just 17 balls as that ball comes back, and it's Lance Sammy. Lance Sammy coming off a really good game. The last game he bowled really well, very economical. He got 3 for 15 and he bowled to Kurt Edward. Again, this time he's heading down the leg side, and the keeper is earning his keep again. White signal there by the umpire. The score moves on by 1 to 75. So the required rate is going down, heading downwards, but it's still a big ask. 19.41 required asking weight there per the over. But Kurt Edward, he's on 48. He's looking to get to his landmark of 50. But Lance Sammy will have other ideas. Balls to Kurt Edward and out towards short fine leg this one. He didn't get it cleanly, and a leg by came off the pad for sure. And leg by signal there. Kurt Edward loses strike. It's probably good for the cause of the Eagles on this occasion.
Well, if Edwards was really thinking, he would have said no. We wouldn't look for the extra.
And this time into Peter, he turns it into the onside. Fine leg comes around into a short backward square region and the field. They come through for one. Peter has done the right thing.
Exactly.
Giving back strike to Kurt Edward. Lance Sammy, he's bowled 3 balls for 8 runs. A bit of a quiet over. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Eagles. Sammy into Edward, and Edward picks him up high and handsome over mid-wicket into the grassy mound. Big 6 from Kurt Edward.
Yes, why he lost the strike. But Peter did the right thing by bringing him back into it, because it's very, very clear that Peters is there just to turn the strike over whenever he gets the strike. But Edwards is looking to take as many runs off this 8 over.
Certainly, and he's moved to 54. 54, he got to 54 from 25 balls. Peter is there with him, giving him good, solid support. He's 20 of 21. Sammy into Edwards, and Edward is going for the big heave again out towards the backward square. It's challenging the boundary. The fielder comes around. It's Charles, should have been Charles, not before Edward helps himself to 2 more runs. He moves to 56. The score moves on to 85. Some 45 runs needed from 13 balls. Still a big asterisk.
He needs at least a boundary or the full Bertha, 6 off of this last ball.
He needs a big one off this last ball. And he's looking for it. It's in the air, out towards the fielder there. And the good catch taken from by Shelvin Charles. He thought it was going over his head. He backed up and then realized it was dipping, and he came forward and took a good catch in the end.
And now the end is near. That's the best way I can describe it, as Edwards departs for a well-played 56, a brave effort, but he just needed to be there at the finish to try and get View Fort North over the line. But well played. I think we really need to give him a lot. 56 of 27. Caught shot.
Get more with our Massy card. One card, many locations for your rewards. Earn points at all Massy stores and Massy card partners island-wide and watch your points grow. Visit our customer service desk at Massy stores or www.massycard.com for more information. Enjoy the many benefits that only your Massy card can bring.
Gone for 56 of 27 with 6 fours and 3 huge 6s. And Stricker, Sean Stricker comes in. Sean Stricker comes in to replace Edward.
45 balls of 12. Well, we've seen in the shorter format that can be gotten. It depends basically how Straker can manage to get the ball away. Peter, 20 of 22, that's not his game. He's maybe a better play in the longer format. But Straker needs to make an effort. He's got to die with his boots on.
And they have wickets in hand for sure as Merlan Sammy moves in to Sean Stricker. And this one is heading towards the leg side. Fine leg comes around. It looks like it came off the glove. And Stricker is off the mark. That singles will not help their cause. 44 from 11 red singles cannot help do it for them.
Again, Straker should not have taken the single. Straker is obviously the aggressor of the two, but we've seen Peter turn the strike over. He needs to turn the strike over again, but the rate climbing all the time. 44 of 11 balls.
Peter might opt to go for glory as Merlan Sami continues the penultimate over of this match. He bowls to Junior Peter, who's on 20, and this time Peter is hitting this one out towards long on, and a single taken. Peter has turned over the strike. He's doing the right thing, Red, but is it too little too late?
Well, let's see if Straker can read the game. Long off, is coming into mid-off.
And Sami will continue to show on a Straker. He's on one. Straker, this one is down the leg side, wide down the leg side. And Sami again helping the cause of the Vieux North Raiders as he goes wide down the leg side. Good take there from Seri down the leg side.
How many deliveries we've had in this over? 1.4. It's all over bar, the shouting, really.
Really. 42 needed from 10 balls as Sami moves in to Straker out towards the mid-wicket. Mervyn Wells, it looks like Mervyn Wells comes around. There's a chance there, but the throw is a weak return from the outfield, and they come through for 2 easy runs. 40 from 9. Its asking rate is going well beyond the Raiders now, Greg.
Yes, and I think the catch to dismiss Edwards was a very crucial one, a very good catch. It wasn't straightforward.
As the Sami bowls to Straker, and Straker is looking for that big heave down the leg side. Wide signal there by the umpire, another extra. The score moves on by 1 to 91. 8.3 overs gone, and Sami has bowled 1.3 overs for 19. Straker is on 3. Peter is on 21 from 22. Sami into Straker outside of stump, and Straker is looking to dab this one, not making any contact, and the score remains on 91. 39 needed from 8 balls. The asking rate has gone out of control. 29, over 29 per over. It's really almost all but beyond the Vieux North Raiders as Sami bowls to Sean Straker. And Straker is shouldering arms outside of stump. He's looking for a wide, and the umpire does not give it on this occasion. A dot ball for Merlan Sami, dot ball to the Eagles, and the 39 required from 7.
I think Vieux Dot will have to blame themselves for some shoddy bowling towards the end. They were brilliant for the first 4 overs, had them 54 for 4, but served up a lot of soft bowling to Sami.
And the Straker hitting this one back past the bowler over his head and coming through for 2, but this 2 is definitely not going to be enough. 37 runs required from the last 6 balls, 93 for 1 after 9, and certainly Vieux North Raiders would have buried themselves, and they have themselves to blame for that situation, Red.
Well, the only thing can help them, and you don't have Edwards there, but you can work a scenario that lots of wides will be bowled, a couple of no balls, but that's if you're writing a script about a nail-biting end, you will probably factor in all of that. But I don't believe that we will get any kind of any nail-biting finish here, unless Straker is going to really surprise us.
Certainly, and Peter is on strike, and he has not lit a fire here today. Peter, he's on 21 from 22. He's just hit 3 fours. His strike rate is well below 100. So we can't expect him to hit, given the way he's played. 37 of the last 6 lands Sami into Peter. Peter is working this one down to backward square leg. Shervin Charles comes around and retrieves. They come through for a single. 36 from 5. It is still possible, but very highly improbable, as Sami comes in to a Straker, and Straker is offering the big heave, missing the ball, and 36 needed from 4 balls. Once Lance Sami can bowl 4 legal deliveries, it doesn't matter what happens with those, the Eagles would have won again. And this time it's a wide outside off, and the umpire signals that. So it's still 35 needed from 4 balls. Sammy has bowled a wide. All he needs to do is to put the ball on target, and it's all over.
Yes, yes. I think that this will be another victory to the Eagles.
And Stricker looking for the big heave outside off, through to the keeper, not making any contact.
Trying too hard, losing his shape, swinging and everything.
He's throwing the kitchen sink and everything else in the kitchen at the ball, but not missing. He's not keeping his head steady either, and he bowls again into Sammy. Another wide. Lands Sammy looking to keep it away from Stricker, and he's just prolonging the game. All he needs to do, he can bowl from a short run, Reds, and just put it on target and let the game come to an end. But Lansam is trying to keep it away from Stricker. Stricker is looking to finish well. He's on 5 from 7. Sammy's bowled 1.3 overs for 19. He bowls to Sean Stricker, and Sean Stricker makes contact this time. Darren Sammy jumps and does not complete the catch. The ball heads out towards the boundary. Moving Wells comes through. The Stricker comes for the second. Peter is thinking about the third. It's not on. Some 32 runs needed from these 2 balls.
Yes, and the bowler just have to bowl to the stumps. You wouldn't be, don't have to give away wides.
Sammy to Stricker, and this time Stricker makes the proper contact and hitting out over long off, and he gets a 6. But too little, too late. It does not make a difference in the context of the game.
Yes, if he had started striking like that when he first came in, just maybe.
Just maybe, but it's too little, too late. Let's hope Sammy does not bowl an extra. The last ball of the innings into Stricker. It's in the air. Long off comes around and completes the catch. So it's a wicket to finish it off. 104. But Vieux North joining the 100 club as well. Reds, a very good chase on their part.
Yes, this is one of the better scores in the competition. The better scores in the competition. And I think if they can collectively look at the replay on Calabash this evening at 8:30, they would see how badly they bowled in the last 5 or 6 overs. Definitely in the last 5. I mean, they were serving up some dishes, really begging to go over the rope. And Marlon Sammy did, in fact, respond very well.
He did. Marlon Sammy helped himself to some good stuff from the good, easy stuff served up by the bowlers of Vieux North, and helping himself in the process. But Vieux North started really well, Red, in terms of the chase. They were well ahead, even at the 3rd over. They were ahead, 3rd and 4th over. They were ahead by some 11 runs. They were 41 without loss after 4, and the Eagles were 30 for 3. But of course, it tightened up, and they didn't finish as well.
Well, the Marlon Sammy factor. If he had gotten, a more moderate score, we are standing by for the thoughts of the captains, and as soon as that is available, we'll certainly bring it to you. It's been a great production by the Calabash with the toss and captains before and then captains after the matches finish. And don't forget, Claudius, we have to tell them about the second game upcoming.
We shall do so soon after we hear from the captains. We go to our on-field crew with the 2 captains.
Al, in your defense, you didn't get a chance to get out there.
And I gave the other fellas a chance there. I think they were much better batsmen than me at the front, and the total was big, so we had to chance in our best 2 batters. But The result did not go the way I expected, but I believe we give MICOUD a very good fight. Nobody expect for us to score 100 runs and both away. But at the back end when we were bowling, I believe we get too much free balls to Merlin Sammy, and yeah, the last over went for 29 runs. So imagine that we lose by 26 runs. If I cut that down, that would be a good chance for us.
So technically, this is over for you for this competition. What are you doing to get ready for the next year?
Well, we'll keep on playing some cricket among ourselves just to keep the players around me. They didn't like the game because there are more cricket coming up from Cricket Association. But we need to stick to the team we have there because I believe we have some good bunch of talent out there.
All the best, Scott.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Darren, we're waiting for Darren, Clara's boy, to get into the frame. Darren, they give you a run there?
Yeah, it was a really good game. You know, after 6 days break from our guys, it kind of showed up. Guys coming from the Mother's Day celebrations. Yeah, but in the end, we got the job done. You know, credit to the batters. Put in 129 on the board from being, I think, 30 for free it was. You know, my brother Mulan played really well, and then in the end, the wicket is very good. Yeah, so it's good to see Vieux South really put in a good performance and actually scoring 100 runs. So all in all, it was good cricket today.
And Mulan showed us what stuff he's made of.
Yeah, I'm so, I don't know. He's my brother, you know, so much more talented than I ever was, you know, and but he never really took it serious. But you saw a glimpse of it today, you know, hits the ball clean, and yeah, he definitely wasted some good years of his life not really taking it serious.
You maintain your consistency, winning right through so far?
Yes, it's good to win, you know, but most importantly, winning the right game. You know, when the knockout comes, that's when it really matters. So from now on, we can't really lose any other game. It's the business end now. So hopefully we could continue like that. And yeah, MICOUD is playing some good cricket.
Congrats, all the best.
Thank you very much.
The easiest way to pay your LUCIA bill